Imagine a lower income family with a young child that was recently diagnosed with cancer. This family does not have insurance and does not have the means to pay for the health care needed. This scenario is one of the many reasons that universal health care is so beneficial and why the United States should adopt this health care system. According to Tricia Torre, universal health care is where everyone is covered for basic medical services and no one can be denied as long as that patient lives within the area that's covered. As a nurse, I know and have experienced the importance of being able to treat all ailments. Today I will tell you 3 of the many reasons why we should be one of the many countries to adopt universal health care as our healthcare system. Healthcare is a basic human right. Universal health care can help lower the cost of all health care, and simply universal health care can save lives. As a human, we all have basic rights, healthcare being one of them. According to healthcare.procon.org, the United States signed the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights on December 12th of 1948. UNUDAR says everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of oneself and family, including medical care. The World Health Assembly resolution was signed by the United States in 2005, according to healthcare.procon.org. This document states that everybody should have equal opportunity health care services and should not suffer financially for these services. As the World Health Assembly states, universal health care offers equality through medical services, according to foremostpost.com. Universal health care does not discriminate against anyone for any reason and is to anyone that's offered the same health care opportunities despite age, sex, race, or income. Financially, it would be very smart for the United States to adopt universal health care. Universal health care has the potential to lower health care costs. According to Jason Kane's article from PBS.org, the United States is currently spending more than $8,000 per person per year. This price is more than 2.5 times the price of other developed countries. Healthcare.procom.org refers to a study from the American Journal of Public Health that states that Canada and United Kingdom, both of which utilize universal health care, spent less than half of that on health care per capita. With universal health care, the government regulates the price of all medication and services, according to Kimberly Amados. When the government eliminates the competition between private insurances, you're able to lower the cost. According to Amado, countries like the United States have a competitive environment since there are so many private companies. When there's competition between developing new medications and technologies, providers will always choose the newer models because it's more expensive and costs more for the patients and for insurances. When eliminating the fierce competition, doctors are forced to provide the same standard of care for all patients at a lower cost. The most compelling aspect of universal health care is the potential to save lives. According to David Cicera's article on Howard EDU, 45,000 deaths occur yearly due to not having insurance. According to healthcare.pro.org, there was a study that showed 13,000 people died between the ages of 55 and 64, also for not having insurance. Not having health insurance makes it very difficult for most people to receive the proper treatment they need for illnesses and diseases, which can ultimately lead to their death. I have told you a few of the many reasons universal health care will be beneficial to the United States. Healthcare is a basic human right. Universal health care can lower the cost of all medical costs, and universal health care can potentially save lives. Without a regulated universal health care system, many Americans would not have the insurance they need to pay for any treatment that is needed for their illnesses. Now think back to the scenario we started with. The family with a young child that was diagnosed with cancer, they didn't have insurance and they didn't have the money to pay for the treatment they needed for this child. That child ultimately will die. If the United States adopted universal health care, that young child's life could potentially be saved. How long was that, Mom?